Hello, there we go. I don't know, that was weird. It was saying I had not enough US. Oh no! It's bricked. Oh my, it's saying that I don't have enough USB controller sources, but I'm using the same amount of USB that I like always do. Oh my god. What's weird is it froze both cameras. Oh my gosh. Hello, there we go. There's one. How very strange. Oh my gosh. Hello, there's that. And all my settings reset. I love it here. All right, well, we'll get there. Yep. All right, Mike should be good for sure now. Good catch. Um, I'm trying to update the definitely, I guess one of those days. Yeah, because it's not wanting to update. Um, it does indeed sometimes like to do this too. All right, maybe what if I do by platform? That did not work. What is the command? What is the command for the category change? 0, do you know? I guess I'll just have to do it through. Oh, you know what? I can. It's so much easier to do on the phone now that I think about it. Let me see here, because it is not wanting to do it through OBS at the moment. All right, we are just starting off strong over here. No, I've for sure done it on the phone before. Edit stream info. All right, that should have fixed it. Unless another problem arises. Oh, look at that. Let's go. Easy. Easy game. All right. Good lord. Okay. Oh, this well, the pre-workout's definitely going to be hitting. Yeah, I forgot how good this. All right, here we go. Upper, still easing into it. Perfect. What's weird enough is that there's not a. I don't know how to do the go live notification outside of the phone, but on the phone it actually has the option to change that kind of like. It's not the title necessarily, but it's the notification. All right, we should be all good except for the flashbang because my webcam settings decided to reset. All right. Should be all good now. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't see Slowpoke's message too. I caught a glance of it, and I just know that I just don't want to. I don't want to read the rest. What's up, Arnicar? Just waking up and having my coffee slept a lot better last night. That's good. It's nothing a little caffeine can't really kickstart running through Ashen Vale for my level 20 Warlock quest. How is everyone? Not too shabby, my friend. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and get us going here. Because, of course, this would have also been messed up. Just so dark. Alright, there we go. Now we are just doing so good over here. Yeah, pretty good today, honestly. Can't complain. Gonna still try to, ease into it a smidge. I mean, since I guess you're having OBS issues, I should worry about mine too. Yeah, it's always good to give it a good check before you get things going, get things started. I was like already kind of late for today, so I just wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah, I kind of started off the day with my first client having to like last minute cancel, and then it's like the client after that was like a little late, and then I just like got hung up there for a little bit longer. Like, I was rushing to get started. Rick Bozo. Mizuki, huh? Hello. Still on that Overwatch grind. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink has honestly been a ton of fun. But man, I am still so far away from Getting caught up. Just playing it here and there. Fair enough, fair enough. I can't wait. Next month we got the old Beast of Reincarnation, which in my opinion looks really good. It looks really good. I think the plan is to exhaust the playtime in Grand Blue. And then there's probably a few other things on the backlog. Like I could probably maybe crank out one other kind of game before the new release in August. Ugh. We'll see how we feel after this week, you know. This is, I guess, the first week back to the normal schedule. I'm gonna get all bench sessions in. I had a modified leg workout Tuesday. I'll have another one tomorrow. Yeah, we're just a few months out from the big Aeon 2. I definitely cannot wait for Aeon 2. I am very much so looking forward to it. I might actually play a little bit of the Taiwan version prior to launch, just to get a good, good feel for the game, kind of understand it. That way, I like him. I'm ready to rock and roll when the game comes out. Alright, we'll go 225 next. Like I said, it's going to be the 7-7. I wonder where we should end up at. Because Monday, I think I kind of capped out around 270 to 275 for 3 5? I actually can't even remember. Go. All right. Oh boy. I noticed, weirdly enough, my Discord had like a little notification, and I guess it had to have been a bot somehow joined the Discord, which I think is weird. Just because I don't know. I would feel like it would be hard to find, but then they also just didn't even post anything. I'm like, that's really weird. They joined and then left. Welcome back. Welcome back. I was saying that it appeared as though there was a I guess it had to have been a bot, like the Discord, like my Discord server. But I kind of found it like I was kind of surprised because I figure it would be like kind of hard to just even find my Discord. You know, it's not like I'm a massive streamer or anything like that. Yeah. They joined and then there was no spam. They didn't even say anything, and then I guess they must have left. Ooh. Love the spam in every channel. Yeah, I know, right? That's why I was so confused. I'm like, they actually just didn't even say anything. Weird. And but yeah, now they're not on the the member list on the right. That's why I guess I don't know. So confused. Alright, let's see how this set feels. Okay, not too shabby. I am thinking. I am thinking probably 260 for 70. Or, not for 70. If I do 260 for 70, woo! 260 for 7. Okay, so you mentioned your nose. Oh, yeah. No, honestly, it just, it's been very, like, full, you know? Before I told you guys, it was always super dry and I always felt like it was full. I blow my nose and, like, nothing would come out. And I'm like, I guess now since I'm breathing and I'm probably also, like, filtering better, maybe there's some stuff that was just been built up for so long. Because, like, now it's like there's just a ton of stuff coming out. It might also be allergy related. But definitely a good thing for sure. Like last night, I blew my nose and like kind of tried to get out a bunch of stuff. And then I actually woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, man, my nose feels like kind of full again. So I like, you know, I blew my nose and got a bunch more stuff to come out. And then this morning still like kind of felt full. So I guess it's almost like your air filter not working for a while and then all of a sudden you swap it out and now it's like working overtime. Why is my password not working? Huh? There we go. That's weird. So yeah, honestly, just I probably need to blow it again, to be fair. Lots of stuff coming out. Kind of gross. Maybe TMI. My apologies. But, you know, Hero asked, and so I answered. Yeah, I mean, everything's been really good, though, but still. I think, yeah. Obviously, I woke up in the middle of the night last night, but I did. So I would say I didn't sleep like a baby last night. I actually woke up a little bit earlier today, kind of just because I thought I had an earlier client. But despite that, I still feel much more like functioning. You know, like a little bit more energetic than maybe I would have been around that same amount of sleep when my nose was all messed up. So it's like, even though last night I'm kind of dealing with less, it feels like more because it's just probably some more quality sleep because I'm able to breathe when I sleep. All right, let's see what I got here. It's 260. We're gonna try to crank it out for 7. Still kind of easing into it a bit. There we have it. Not too shabby. Instead of 7. Now the goal is, or the plan is, what I put, 3 sets at 10. So we will do that. Let's see here. One. Two, 5, 8. Yeah, that one I. Sweet consumes. Bunch of my settings got all out of whack. It's so annoying. Alright, let's see. All of that completed. Perfect. So if we're doing 3 sets of 10, feet up. Let me think. Some of this off. Probably be it's probably in like the 210 range. 205 to 210. Maybe I would want to do 3 sets of 7 for slightly heavier, because my Saturday section is always some back off, Larson work. That's kind of like a higher up scheme, right? It's actually generally in that 9 to 10 range. So we'll do. We'll start with 215 and see how this feels. Trying to. Yeah, honestly, pretty standard day though. Nothing nothing out of the ordinary. Unfortunately, I have a client that I'll have to get back to at 4:30. So probably not a game stream. It's gonna be probably, let's see, by the time we get done with the workout, yeah, like 1:30. I really need to eat. I definitely need to eat. Maybe after though, maybe. We'll definitely see on that. All right, let's see how this will feel. 215 first, 4-7. Feet up. Yasobi? What is that exactly? I've heard the word before, but I do not know. It's a food, isn't it? Oh. Japanese musical duo. It sounds familiar. Let me look them up real quick. Oh, they have an Overwatch thing, huh? I'm assuming that's probably what brought it to mind. I wonder, did they? I bet that they maybe do like anime intros or outros. So that's actually probably why it sounds familiar. I'm trying to think of what intro or outro it would have been that like their name sounds familiar for. Yep. Is the Overwatch one good? Yeah. I'll have to listen to it. Yeah, I'm curious what anime it would have been. Anime, yeah. Oh no, I'm a weeb. Lock this guy up, he's a weeb. That's me. Alright. Set number 2. How you guys liking the music for today? It's some Final Fantasy VII lo-fi. You know, we're really diversifying the lo-fi here. Nah, don't do that to me like that. Tell me it's working, right? You trying to play me right now, aren't you? No? It might just be quiet. There should definitely be music going on. Okay, yeah, this was probably, you know, kind of quiet. See, I thought you were yanking my chain after all the issues I had earlier. Trying to stress me out over here. Well, because I mean, I would see the mixer bar and like, yeah, it was going off, but maybe it wasn't quite loud enough. Especially if you don't have me like maxed out or anything. Truthful what I can hear and sometimes notice, sir. Fair enough. I think we actually selected some pretty good weights for this week so far. As we kind of ease back into it. Not anything too like I would say super easy, but you know, kind of respectable. Yeah. And everything's felt pretty good for the most part. You know, like I said, I'm just having to actually blow my nose because stuff is actually filtering through for once. So we got one more back off set. And where we're at, we're like at 45 minutes. Not too shabby. Hello, hello. Today, Aperol, Spritz, and Milano. Oh, man. Mike's having a grand time over there. Still got quite a bit of the day ahead on my end. Oh, we got the pipe pop. A little bit of some drink and a little bit of some Genshin, huh? Picking the feet up. All right, bench press is all done. Take off all these weights because got to set up for some pull-ups. I also need to do some weighted push-ups. Probably not a 45 for the weighted push-ups. My foam roller. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. All right. Yep, exactly. Yep, saw what. Alright, we're gonna do the bench kind of one, I think, today. Oh wait, we'll do let's do the push-ups first, huh? Move that over there. We'll probably scoot this back a smidge. I think the 45 is probably what I'll end up with today. We're not going to crank out the red quite yet, but the 45 should be pretty reasonable. Let's see, sleep off, yada yada. Get down to 10. This week has been a scheduling nightmare, man. Cancellations, rescheduling. It's fun. Change that. Man, I am just not feeling these weighted push-ups, fam. I'll be honest. The weighted push-ups. Well, we get them in. And actually, like I said, I've been trying not to scuff up the old white shoes quite as much, so we're done with bench press. We're gonna swap on over to our tennis shoes. And get these here pull-ups in. All right. And we'll just hang out down here. Till we get them all finished. Honestly, maybe I only do 2 sets. I might actually only do 2 sets of the push-up. There's a few things that I want to ease into a bit more than others. Because going from no bench press to 3 is a decent jump as it is, right? And then we have our machine chest press that we did on Monday. The weighted push-up. Mainly because I was feeling a little bit of something kind of in the shoulder pec on that heavy week. Playing Pokemon Go on the floor? No. Oh, that's funny though. Playing one of the trying to do the mobile dailies. Like I said, I'm behind for the day. Why are you not going on? 7. I saw that they released a Digimon mobile game, I think yesterday. Oh man, that thing looks about as low effort as it gets. That one looks looks a little rough around the edges. I would say the IP has to be carrying it hard there. It's called like Digimon Up. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't see the appeal at all. To each their own, though, you know? To each their own. Kind of location really sort of thing. Pokemon Go was cool when it came out, but I mean, I feel like I didn't really stick with it that long. Whoa. All right, so just a standard pull up. We're not doing chin up today. Yeah, we're gonna go raised up here. Ugh. It's dead, it's dead, it's dead, it's dead. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure what I want to do for programming going from here, like, you know, for maybe like next week, for example. I kind of want to get in the swing of, I don't know, some kind of newer-ish programming. Because I've just been running previous blocks that were historically, very good, but I don't know. I almost want to completely swap it up. We're gonna have to think on it. Because like I said, now that everything is all good, we're going to be hitting it hard, More accessory work. We're trying to get some hypertrophy going. Make sure that we really start to lean out at the body weight that we got up to. Which I actually did check the other day. And I even though, after the surgery, I wasn't sure if I was eating quite the same amount, Maybe not getting as much calories in, but yeah, I'm kind of still hanging out around the same. Maybe a smidge lighter than what my average was, but no, pretty good. I wasn't sure if I had dropped, who knows, like 4 or 5 pounds, but yeah, it's within reason. It is within reason. Alright, so one more pull-up set and then some arm blasting to do. Reacher curl plus some single arm cable tricep extension. That'll end us out. The Digimon game looks terrible, I know, right? Like, surely I could have done something a little bit better than that. But I think the problem is, like I said, is the IP is carrying it hard. Because there's some YouTubers, some content creators that I watch for like other gacha news or kind of impressions. There's one that was like, I'm so excited for this, and I'm like, how can you really be that excited for it? It looks like doo-doo. I guess to be fair though, they could also be sponsored. There's always that. But some people are like just kind of diehard maybe Digimon fans like that. For me though, I don't see it. I don't see it. Looking a little rough around the edges. Honestly, it just looks, I don't know. Maybe if it came out like 10 years ago, it's a little bit more, I guess, on the retro side, but it's not even like really quality, refined looking retro. Who knows? It's a skip for me. There's not many, you know, I typically will give everything a fair shake, you know, but on that one, I'm like, nah. Nah, they did not put enough effort into that for me to even try out. I shall restrain. Oh. I'm glad we're under the same impression though. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was just being a hater. I'm not a diehard Digimon fan, but you know, it's cool. I like it. I don't think that I actually watched much Digimon. There was a Digimon game for like the Xbox that I remember playing when I was younger though. And oh man, I didn't want to put that thing down. It actually wasn't even mine. It was like my cousin's. And so like when I was over there, I'm like, dude, I want to play this Digimon game. Yeah, I remember. When times were easy, you know? Oh shoot, my thing's all sort of twisted up. And there we go. Yeah, I'd say I definitely watched more Pokemon than Digimon. Alright, so let's see. We will go probably, we'll go 3 and see how it feels. Oh, you know what? Let me think here. No. It's the dumbbell that I do on my Thursday usually, which we'll just keep it like that. Probably 15. Move this over as well. Hopefully pick up a little bit better. I wonder who the developer is for that Digimon game, actually. I'm gonna look that up. You hate Preacher Girls? They're tough for sure. You just really don't need a lot of weight for Preacher Girls. You really got that good execution going. It's a Bandai Namco. Okay, yeah, that's why. Oh my god, Reddit on the Digimon subreddit. Digimon Up is the worst Digimon game ever made. Just pure soulless garbage. Bandai, man. All the big gaming corpos, man, they are just not, they're going downhill. I love bicep workouts, but not Preacher Curls. Preacher Curls, they get you, huh? That's the one that was kind of bothering the elbow for you, though, right? Let's see. What the hell? Alright, well, we're gonna crank out this second set. I think that's the big mistake that people often make with creatures too, is they go super heavy. Yeah, it does not take much as long as you got a nice tempo going. Not moving the shoulder a bit, but like a bunch. That's the thing. Like your pec should always kind of be underneath, and then the shoulder just right over top, and it should stay nice and flat the whole time. Or else people are probably trying to get some other things involved outside of just the biceps. Bowser, hello. Good to see you as always. That's funny look the emote. That's funny. Oh, I know his neck a little tight today. But then again, you know, I had a freaking I had to sleep propped up for, honestly, like that first weekend. Those first couple days were really rough too because I tried doing it in the recliner, but then like I realized like, dang, this recliner is really not broken in, and it almost felt like I was having to push into it the whole time just to keep it back. That was not fun. Look at another pet top thing for team, I guess. Highlight my just using it all today, huh? Do I protect top as a party trick? Nah. I'm lucky. Nobody asked. Nobody ever asked me. Party trick? Maybe back in the day. Arnicart is in Ashenvale. Look at him go. He is cruising through some World of Warcraft leveling for the 26th time. Don't worry, if 26 times was not enough, they'll do Classic Plus Plus for another leveling experience. That is it. Because why make an updated game with a new engine, with more refined, features and things to work with? That just sounds just like way too crazy. That sounds way too ambitious. No, sir. They're just gonna do Classic Plus Plus to the power of 9. Alright, let's see here. Why the fuck does this feel so heavy? Alright, apparently the old triceps is Oh, you know what? I thought maybe. Yeah, I was really confused there for a second. All right. Because I usually have a little bit of there we go. It's usually a little bit lower. I have some chain hanging down. All right. Yeah, so now we go the full range motion too. It's fairly heavy actually though. Or detrained a little bit. Unlucky. Nothing I can do about that though. Yeah, I tried kind of doing my best there, but for sure, some a little bit of detraining. I trained all the way up to the day before the surgery. I probably should have got like a lighter, and it is what it is. I think I needed the rest because I was quite that week was so bad. Sleep wise for sure. It is what it is. Let's see how long. Message them back. All right. I think it's going to be 2 sets for the tricep too. We scaled back just a smidge. But honestly, like the bench press weights, Monday and today were, pretty reasonable. It's still playing kind of smart. are we at? An hour and 25? Not bad. So yeah, we'll just hang out for a few minutes here, but pretty much done with the workout. So as always, to end things out, if anybody has any questions, comments, suggestions, drop them in the chat. Burning last minute thoughts. And get all wrapped up. Pretty good, pretty good. I suggest that you do a drunken WoW stream. Oh goodness. That's really down bad right there. It's like WoW is one thing, but then it's like I had to subject myself to. Yeah, that would just be a low. That would be an all-time low right there. That is hitting rock bottom. Only up from here. Not all suggestions are created equal. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nah, man, I really can't wait till Aeon 2. You know, like I said, generally I am just an MMO guy, but just hasn't been, you know, nothing new, nothing's hitting. And okay, let's talk here. The only like big 3 MMO that I really will come back to, I think, is Final Fantasy 14, you know. WoW is just like, I really just can't. But this expansion was tempting. But there's just so much other stuff, you know. I guess that for me, I'm realizing like that I was like consumed by like live service games, right? You know, Lost Ark. I put in a ton of time into Lost Ark, and you know the few years that I played it, and like I just skipped out on playing other games solely for the fact that like I had the pressure of like trying to keep up, and like the daily loop, just like you had to play that game daily for like hours. And looking back, I can't believe like I did it for that long, but it was, you know, it had some pretty good times. That was like right around COVID time, right? So I mean, there was a lot of people that were just kind of degenerate at that point, so. That's one of my. It's still a good game, and man, do I miss it sometimes. But, and to be fair, a lot of that stuff changed, so it's not quite as grindy. But I mean, seriously, like there are so many games. Like going back, like I was saying yesterday, like how much base game content I had left on Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Like I beat the story, and I probably played for a little bit after that. But for me, it was probably just the fact that when it came out, I was also like playing Lost Ark, and it's like, all right, I have my fun back to the mines, you know, back to the Lost Ark grind. And there were other games that launched during that time that like I never got, you know, a chance to play, which honestly probably would have been a lot more fun than like the daily, you know, kind of loop that I was doing on Lost Ark. I guess the good thing is, you know, about like Lost Ark or like MMOs or whatnot, is like if they're free to play, right? And it's like, yeah, you probably have to spend like a decent bit of time to stay caught up. So there's always that. You can get a lot of play time out of those games. The problem is that you kind of almost have to be forced to get that amount of play time. It's not. I guess it's not always by choice, you know. Because the amount of hours I played Lost Ark, like I would have had to fork over like a ton of money to get that much of game time out of like, you know, I guess like non-live service games. So, but I probably would have been more productive outside of my, you know, the allowance of time that I gave myself to do, you know, some gaming. It's been nice to like dive into all like these single player games pretty much, you know. That being said, I'm definitely excited for Ion 2 for sure. It's been like a nice break away from the MMO genre. I mean, Throne was fairly grindy too, actually, to be fair. So it's just been like the past couple MMOs I played have been pretty grindy. They're fun, but then like after me walking away from Lost Ark, I knew it way sooner when it was like, all right, it's time to walk away from Throne. I had my good fun, but I'm not keeping up with this, you know. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it for today's workout stream. Pretty good. I would say pretty good workout. Still easing into it. Feeling maybe a little detrained, but I mean the bench sets were good. It was more so the accessory kind of isolation movements that I was noticing a little bit of a difference. So as always, we'll be back live on Saturday for another workout stream. It might be I'm giving my Saturday away to too many clients, man. They're getting used to me saying like, "Oh, it's fine, we can do a Saturday." I just joke around. It'll probably be right around roughly same start time as today was. It's like right around 12 p.m. CST my time. Of course, that's different for everybody else. 12 to 12:30 will probably be the start time. It'll be 11. Yeah, it'll probably be closer to 12:30. Yeah. All right, guys. Might be back for a game stream prior to that. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if it'll be today because I have somebody really kind of in the evening, so kind of gets in the way. Yeah, so we'll see. If not today, then maybe tomorrow for sure. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. End the week off strong. The weekend is right around the corner. Thanks for popping in, hanging out, and thanks for the support as always. I'll see you next time.